Hey guys, what's going on? It's Premium Ghost here and welcome back to Unturned 2, and today we're going to be discussing how zombies are going to revolutionize Unturned 2. But before we do that, I just gotta drop in there. If you guys want to stay up to date with everything that's happening in Unturned 2 development, be sure to hit that subscribe button because I'm that one channel that's going to bring you all of that information as soon as it comes out. I'm the one channel that keeps you updated. But as usual, that's enough talking for me, so let's hop right into it. And the first thing we're going to talk about is zombies and how zombies could have been improved in Unturned 3. Zombies were very stagnant. They didn't do much. They stood in one place and waited to be attacked. And that's something that I think needs to change going forward in Unturned 2. So, I think that zombies should roam around the map. Give players a reason to have a strongly fortified base in single player. We should have zombie packs that roam around the map hunting for players and will attack bases. So in a single player world, there should be a reason to have a strongly fortified base with traps and everything. In addition to that, when zombies are guarding a POI or point of interest, a town, a military base, a little camp, they should roam around that POI, looking around, trying to find a player. There shouldn't be a reason they just stand super still waiting for you to move around in front of them. Make a little adjustment to the zombies' behavior to make those fights and the times when you're sneaking around looting a little more intense. And then finally, if zombies roamed around the map, then you would have all sorts of interaction between the bandit AI and the friendly AI that Nelson has said he's adding. So I want to see gunfights where zombies are attacking these bandits and they're fighting back. Could be a very good time for the player to get in there and get some loot. Who knows? But definitely roaming zombies is the first idea that I think would make single player and multiplayer as well a little more interesting. But now let's talk about zombies and how they should work. And the first thing is there should be two types of zombies, three if you're counting the mega zombie. But you should have the starter areas of the map, you know, the farms, the small camps. So you should just have normal zombies. And then as you get into more secure areas, you know, bigger towns, military encampments, military bases, bunkers, you should have evolved zombies. These zombies are stronger, they're faster, they're smarter, okay? They are going, if they see you, it's going to be very hard to get away from them. They're going to track you down, they're going to hunt you, okay? Like I said, stronger, faster, smarter, okay? We have to have some more challenges that aren't mega zombies when you get to higher tier loot locations, okay? We have to make sure we continue to gate game progress, you know? That way you don't, you know, raid one little town and then have all the gear you need to go into the military base, okay? Make it more difficult as time goes on. So gate that progress behind different tiers of zombies. Some weaker ones, and then some evolved. A really good example of this is what Nelson did with Russia, the Russia map in Unturned 3. He had the very, very bottom locations, and then as you moved up the map, you got better loot, but those areas got harder to get into, bigger towns, dead zones, etc., etc. So we need to do the same, in my opinion, with zombies, okay? Make it a little more difficult to get in there. I think that's going to be another improvement that's going to expand the longevity of the game and make it a little more difficult, a little more intense. And then finally, that third type of zombie I talked about is the mega zombie. Gotta have that guy back in here, in my opinion. That was a great tank zombie. But I would like to suggest some changes to the mega zombie. And I just have to say right now, if you guys have any suggestions or any comments on my ideas, let me know down in the comments. I would love to have a discussion going about this. But anyway, back to that mega zombie. Gotta have the OG zombie in there. And I want to suggest some changes, you know. Much like the zombie in 3.0, it was big, it threw boulders at you, but it was about normal speed. This should be the tank type of zombie. It should be slow and clumsy, but it should have a ton of health, and if it hits you, it's going to do a lot of damage. Another thing is the boulder attack. You know, the boulder attack, it was okay. For ranged zombie, it would be phenomenal. But I don't see the mega zombie as a ranged zombie. I see this as the slow, lumbering zombie that if you don't kill it quickly, it's going to start pushing, charging towards you. And it may be slow at first, but pretty soon it's going full speed. This is this type of zombie that should be able to catch up to a car and destroy it. Who knows, that could be a little overpowered, but I think it would add a great deal of stress and pressure to the player when they're looting these locations. So that's the main 3 types of zombies. Again, I would like to see some zombie variety in there, just like the crawler and sprinter in Unturned 3. Maybe some that are faster, maybe some that are slower, stronger, weaker, you know, that sort of deal. Add some variety in there to keep things spicy. But then I would like to suggest 3 different types of zombies. Okay, the first one would be a sneaky zombie. We kind of saw a little bit of this in Unturned 3 with the invisible zombie that went invisible and tried to get behind you. I like that concept a lot, but I want to make some changes to it. Okay, so this sneaky zombie, it's almost completely silent. You've got the little outline like you did in Unturned 3. It comes up behind you, it tracks the player down, and then when it gets next to the player, rather than attacking the player, it needs to, this sounds gross, but it needs to spit on the player, like the spitter zombie. That's going to mark that player. It's going to make the player smell. It's going to attract other zombies. Okay? Maybe there needs to be a way you can tell this zombie apart so you can take it out from a range. You know, something minor, not something major. But this zombie sneaks up on you. It has a higher detection radius, and it's going to mark you for the other zombies, and they're going to push you from there. Seeker zombies. This is something that I've thought about, and there are other games that have concepts similar to this. Little bit of inspiration from there, probably. But this seeker zombie, this is one that actively seeks the player. Okay, whether they're in a town, whether they're in a campsite, a farm, or just at their base. This is the zombie that's going to seek the player, and when it gets in a certain radius, it's going to become a beacon. It's going to be a beacon for other zombies to come and attack that player. So that way, you have to watch out for this guy. Obviously, needs to have a very distinct look. Okay, it's not like other zombies. It doesn't aggressively attack the player, it seeks out the player. And this type of zombie would be potential for some really good loot, I think, you know. Very, very much risk for a very big reward. So there's definitely some balance there, but I think a seeker zombie would be incredible. And then finally, I wanted to say range zombies. So melee is pretty good, but then when you get a gun, fighting zombies just isn't a challenge. So I think when you have some zombies that have some range on them, we saw it with the boulder attack from the Mega, but I think we make it more common. We had the spitter zombie in Unturned 3. It was easy to defeat though, just move out of the way and that's that. What we need is a zombie with a more direct attack towards the player. So whether it be, I don't know, it picks up an item and throws it at you, or it launches something at you. It needs to directly impact the player so the player can't just run to the side and get out of that puddle without any major attacks or any major effects. But those are the 3 types of zombies that I would like to suggest being added into Unturned, and then of course normal zombies, evolved zombies, and mega zombies. I think having that variation would make the game much more intense for the player and also a little more interesting and more challenging. But anyway, let me know what you guys think down below. If you think that those elemental zombies that were bosses should come back in Unturned 2 and be a little more common, let me know down below. But anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. If you want to stay up to date with everything that's happening in Unturned 2 development, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. Peace.